Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I have Owen here as well. Owencito. What are you doing, Owencito? Are you saying hi to everybody? Okay, let's get into the video, okay? Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christine. And as of filming today, there are officially 26 days left until Christmas. And no matter what holiday you celebrate, the kickoff of Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we are officially in the holiday season. So if you're curious about handmade gifts that you could make for the holiday or other holidays like Father's Day, Mother's Day, birthdays, this is the video for you. So we're going to be covering 17 different handmade gift ideas, and I'm going to do my best to link everything below in a really organized way so you can find links and everything for these 17 ideas. Before we get started, yes, I am wearing my pajamas. I just made these, my little holiday pajamas with the gingerbread men and women. I really love them. This is my mulberry pajama pattern. So it has the little ruffle at the bottom and the ruffle on, I love the ruffle in the back. The ruffles, and I did a little rickrack trim. So I just sandwiched half of the rickrack in the seam to give it just a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of trim. I think they're like homemade in the best possible way, and I love them. This fabric I got at Holly Lobby a few months ago, and I have to say, I pre-washed it and I sewed with it, and it's really, really good quality. It feels really good on the body. So I was pleasantly surprised with the quality. So I've broken these 17 ideas into different categories. So we're going to start with fashion, and then we'll move on to sleep, and then we'll get into cooking stuff. And then I have one really cool idea for something if you have a lot of gifts, like many coworkers or a really, really big family that you want to do something equal for everyone. So diving in with our fashion ideas, the very first one that I'm going to recommend is a bow tote. So this is one of my free patterns, and it sews up really, really quickly. I do have a sew along video for it as well. And it's such a cute little bag and a really, really unique gift. It's also a little tiny bit trendy as well. And it's fully lined and has a little zipper pocket inside. But it's really, really easy to sew and comes together fairly quickly, like in an hour and a half or so. And you can make it in tons of different fabrics and colors. So that is number one. The second idea I have for the fashion lover would be, have you seen these matchbook covers that people are doing? I have never done this project, but I think that they are so, so, so fun. And it's something I wouldn't mind trying in my spare time if I have any. But I think this idea would be so cute if you had a candle and then you did little matchbox covers in a beautiful fabric, or I think some people are even painting them. So I'll drop a couple links below of different creators that I've seen around Instagram doing these really cool matchbook covers. Okay, next up in the fashion category is a crossbody bag. So I recently made a couple of these crossbody bags, and I absolutely love them. And I would love to get one as a gift. They go together fairly easily once you kind of have the system down. And I use mine all the time. So if you have someone maybe that has a dog and they're dog walking, or they go to work out, it's such an easy bag to just have on your body with your keys and your phone and your wallet. And it's just such a cool gift. So if you have someone that you know might enjoy this type of thing, it is such a great gift. And you don't have to worry about sizing or anything like that. So I will drop the link to the pattern that I've used before down below in the description box. Next up in the fashion category, if you have a dad or a brother or a significant other, a great idea is to make a very classic men's shirt. And I think where you can really make this fun is in your fabric choices, or even little detailing like a label or other, like a little embroidery on the pocket or something that really makes it special. The last one in our fashion category kind of blurs the line between fashion and sleep, because I think it could be used either way, and that is a sleep turban. So I actually have a pattern for this exact style, and I designed it for sleep. So designed to make out of a really beautiful, buttery soft mulberry silk to wear at night to protect your hair. But I have recently seen this exact same style on the Valentino website, and I was like, that is exactly my pattern. And so I think the fashion girls are definitely wearing these turbans out and about in the street for evening wear, for casual wear as a headpiece. So I'm going to suggest this would be a fantastic, fantastic gift. Whether you have someone who you know has hair and they like to protect their hair when they sleep with like the beautiful silk pillowcase type of style, this would be a lovely, lovely gift. Or maybe if you have a more fashionable girl on your list, this would be such a chic gift. Something really, really unique that she could wear out and about, maybe in like a solid color. A black would be really, really safe to wear outside. And yeah, I think I love, love, love this one. And that leads us right into our sleep category. So kind of along the lines of the sleep turban, I think a lovely gift for maybe like a teen that you have on your list, or a hard to buy, like younger kind of tween type of person. You could make a beautiful silk scrunchie and eye mask set, or even the turban with the scrunchie and the eye mask, like a little set. I think you could also do just a really simple little drawstring bag to kind of package it all together, which would make such a fun little set. And next up on the list would be a lavender weighted eye pillow. I love, love, love these, and I have a blog post all about how to do them. They're really, really simple. I think the most complicated part is just filling them with lavender, but they smell oh so good and are such a treat for someone who loves the scent of lavender. And maybe you could combine it with with a lotion or a lip balm or some other product around in the lavender scent for a whole gift. So next up on the list is a really common idea for gifting, and that is toiletry bags. So I actually have a pattern that has five different styles of these bags that you can make. You can make them in so many different fabrics and play with the zipper color versus the fabric and the lining. They're really, really, really fun to make. And you can always use them as like a stocking stuffer and put little toiletry items inside as well. So these are the most classic, I think, safe gift on the list, and really practical for anyone you'd love to gift them to. Next up is a really classic gift. I remember making both my mom and my dad robes for Christmas, and it was so fun to make them in secret so they wouldn't know what I was doing. So definitely a classic robe for a man or woman would make such a lovely gift. Terry cloth, flannel. I've done a lot of, well, with my slow fashion brand, I do a ton of robes out of upcycled fabrics and embroideries. So you can really go from, super cozy warm in a fleece or a terry, all the way to really delicate and beautiful in a lighter weight silky or embroidered linen. And really, you have so many different ideas. You could do embroidery on the pockets. So I'll drop the pattern for my Carnegie robe below if you'd like to check it out, but a robe makes such a lovely, thoughtful gift. And along the very same lines are pajamas. So this probably is more of a personal gift. I've made pajamas for different friends throughout the years in different flannels and cotton prints. And just like my Christmas pajamas, they are super, super fun to kind of play with a little bit of novelty. And yeah, makes a really kind of custom, special, thoughtful gift. And last but not least on our sleep category are ballerina slippers. So these, I actually designed this pattern, and I designed it after the Isotoner slippers. If you know that brand in the US, I loved those little slippers. And so I decided to design my own, and they make the sweetest slippers. And this is actually one of my free patterns, so I'll link it below. You can do things like little pom-poms on them. I have a crisscross strap version, and you can play with different fabrics and different trim, and just there's so many different things you could do with these to make them really, really cute. They do take a little bit of time to go together, but they're definitely worth the effort. So next up in our category is the cooking category. So if you have someone on your list that loves to be in the kitchen or loves to host, I've got some fun ideas. So very first, starting off, I wanted to show you also is this really fun bread bag. This is actually a vintage one that, believe it or not, I got this new vintage china cabinet a couple of months ago, and this was actually in one of the drawers, and it's a bread bag. So this says pan, which is bread in Spanish, and it just has this beautiful little embroidery throughout the bag, and then on the back it actually has her initials. I just thought this was such a clever idea. I love it. Maybe not so practical in the US where you don't necessarily go to get just a loaf of bread every day, or store it like this in your house, but I thought this was such a chic idea to do a little bread bag. And you could do it in different fabrics. You could do embroidery if you love doing embroidery on your sewing machine, or different like quilting. You could do so many different things with the bread bag. And if that's really not practical for your lifestyle or gifting, you could do a really beautiful wine bag. And I'll drop a link below to a couple different blogs that I've seen throughout the interwebs that have ideas for some really cool wine bags. Next up on the list is an idea that if you follow me, you know I have several videos all about making handmade napkins. I recently did one with a style where I've put the rickrack. I think I'm really into rickrack this season. Rickrack in the seam, so I have a video how to do that. I have also a ruffled style, which is really, really beautiful for someone who's a little bit more girly. And then just a very classic style without any trim. So I think a set of 4 or even 6 or 8 handmade linen napkins, or you could use a beautiful cotton poplin, would be such a lovely gift for someone who really loves to make up a beautiful table. And along the same lines, you could use the very same technique that you use on the napkins to do some linen tea towels. I'll drop a couple links to blogs where I've seen people do different painting on the tea towels, which I think is lovely as well if you have the time and the creativity to do something like that. But as a base, you could easily sew these tea towels in a nice absorbent linen, and it would make a lovely gift. And next up on the list for someone who loves to be in the kitchen and cooking is a really cool apron. I think you could take this beyond the basic and do some little things like some different hardware, like little hooks. I know in my local kind of like trinket store, they have lots of different little hooks and little like grommets and things, little leather pieces that you could find. I think Michael's might have some things like that as well, or Hobby Lobby that you could add to the apron to make it just a little bit more detailed and special. You could also do little bits of embroidery, whether you embroider like a little spoon coming out of the pocket or their name on the like top of the apron. I think this would be a really chic gift. Okay, we're coming to the end, but I have a really, really, really fun idea that I saw on Pinterest the other day and I wanted to share. And it's these little ornaments that are made from old family photos. I love this idea. The maker, I will share the link below. She's done like little embroidery on top of the black and white photos that she has transferred onto just like a basic muslin fabric to make these ornaments. But I just think they are so adorable and would be so fun to gift to other family members, maybe with ones of your grandmother or other family members that are really special from the past, with just little touches of embroidery or color put on top. I just think these are so adorable. So last up on our list of DIY handmade gifts for the holidays is a very kind of traditional one, I know, but I think there's different ways to make it kind of special. And these are cookie kits that you put together, or gingerbread man kit, or hot chocolate kits that you can do. I think where you could really make these unique and special is doing an outer bag that is in a really fun fabric with some kind of ribbon or drawstring that makes them reusable. Beyond what's inside, I think the little bag and the presentation makes such a difference, and that's something that you could sew out of cool fabrics, different contrasting fabrics. So this is a great gift if you have a lot of coworkers or a really big family that you just want to do little things for everyone. Okay, I think that is everything on my list. I hope that this has inspired you to think of some different ideas that you could do for the holidays and beyond. And I hope you have a really, really lovely weekend, and I will see you back here very soon. Bye.